It'd be bougie if I went out and bought them.
No.
Glass doorknobs.
Yeah. Oh my.
Glass doorknobs.
Crystals.
Yeah.
They're crystal.
When my mom found out that this place has glass doorknobs or crystal doorknobs, she lost her shit. Oh my god. Grandma.
Yeah, that's like my grandma's house. Oh.
What's up?
She didn't want to take them off in summer.
Or McCarty or whatever site she uses.
See those Stanley cups? Those are pretty popular.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
It's one of those things where like kind of like this where people just it gives them an excuse to hold something and drink water out of because people aren't drinking enough water anyway. So they feel if they have something.
What the fuck?
It's kind of like the Tervis tumblers back in the day.
The what?
Tervis tumbler?
Oh, Tervis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So it was supposed to be a cup that keeps hot things hot longer and cold things cold longer without
A thermos?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, it has
Okay.
the double insulated, but a lot of them were clear.
Yeah, Tervis wasn't that good at it. I mean, it worked a little bit, but
It worked.
not.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as something even like this or like an actual like thermos.
Oh, yeah.
So
Do you know if you use a Stanley cup, you're at risk of getting lead
I
poisoning?
did hear that
Yeah.
they found lead somewhere.
I saw a story on it. There was lead.
The Gimp cane. Even though I don't really think I need that anymore.
Looks better than my cane.
That's because that was his when he had his surgeries.
Yeah, that's cool cane.
It's one of those that it breaks apart in like 3 spots, so it's collapsible too.
Is there a sword in it?
Is it like a
Sword.
blind? Is it like one of those blind sticks?
God, I hope not, because that's got a thick ass bottom.
Yeah, it does.
I could fucking break some wood.
You know, they got that elastic in the middle, and
Yeah,
you just
It does have that, yeah.
yeah.
Like a tent pole?
Here, open it up. So right there in the middle.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fancy.
So it's meant to be collapsible down and fit into like a little drawstring bag.
Huh?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
fancy.
the video I sent you guys, that was like the first time I walked with it and walked without a crutch or something. So I was like, I'm bored. Let's try this out.
And the diplomat just put a thumbs up.
Good job! Yay!
It's like, who's this number?
I forgot who this was. I deleted all my contacts from up here.
We know he won't listen to this.
The mic thing. Like a mic.
Wow.
Yeah.
How to use it?
I guess so.
Yeah, talk into it.
Usually that's how that works. Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah. This sounds a lot better down here.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I forgot how
Yeah,
good this sounds now.
Yeah.
it's not as
Echoey.
echoey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus now I don't have to hold the mic, so I can actually have like.
Yeah, we're far enough away from each other that our mics are getting.
And I'm not getting blinded by the fucking sun coming in that front window.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I see. I
Had to
never
use
deal with
sunglasses in your living room.
Yeah.
that. Maybe you need to get some blinds,
That's what I said.
like the tall.
Yeah.
Get blackout ones.
I do have blackout ones in my bedroom because I used to use them when I worked midnights.
Curtains or blinds.
Curtains.
Yeah.
Because I'd be going to sleep at like 8 o'clock in the morning, waking up at like 2 or something like that. Or if I had to go to the gas station, then work the Chipotle shift, I'd be getting home at 2 and had to wake up at like 4, or I wake up at like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Only a little bit of time. Well, okay, we'll go ahead and start this. Since, whatever. This is another episode of the Grossly Off Topic Podcast. It's going to sound a little different today. We are downstairs.
we're finally back downstairs because I can walk.
Yeah.
Well, I still got a bit of a pimp gimp, but
Yeah.
Congratulations.
yeah.
I am your host, Papa Smurf.
Awkward silence.
I am the Florida man.
And I'm trying to think of a good number for this. 30 and 5/6.
Yeah.
35,
30 and 5/6.
30 and 5/6.
Yes, because I can now walk.
You know, it's kind of odd that we're going from
yeah, we
a lower number
well because we originally
instead of a higher number.
yeah because we messed up originally because I probably should have been 32 when I couldn't walk
Probably.
and then go up.
Well, because the lower the number, the better the score.
Right, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
It's like
That-
golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like golf, you want a lower number,
Yeah.
and so when he's incomplete, he's
I'm a potato.
Fuck, that's about to be me in a little over a month, 6 weeks.
So tell us a little bit about that. What's
Yeah.
going on?
So like I said last time, I had to meet with the doctor on Thursday after the recording.
Yeah.
And I met with him, and I thought it was going to be, we're going to take an updated MRI, and then we're going to see what the MRI looks like and kind of go from there. No MRI, was straight to,
didn't even do an MRI.
didn't even do an MRI, it was straight to the, well, it did the check-in and the nurse and originally all that. And then, nice. Oh, I forgot a good bang tastes.
I've never had a bang.
Love a good bang in the morning.
Oh, bangs are good.
This one's Star Blast. This one's good. This is my favorite one.
The fuck, Star Blast?
It's kind of like a mixed berry.
Yeah, you blast your
okay.
star.
This is the
My fruitful star.
tropical vibe, dude.
See, I can only get the drinks that are at the grocery store when I go with my parents, or at least with my dad, because my dad doesn't care. He understands that I like to drink these things.
Oh, your mom doesn't let you buy them?
No, because he's not moving.
Oh, my mom thinks it's a waste of money.
Well, I suppose, but you getting a phone call?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Who?
anyone good?
My dad. He's trying to watch Netflix.
What's the Netflix password?
That's probably exactly what it was.
It's the code to log in.
Oh. You're not home so often that it logs you out. It's like,
Well,
wait,
yeah,
what?
because the whole-
you're probably logged in up there.
Yeah, I was logged in up there, but since I'm on their account and their home network or their home screen is their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
because
get the share.
they'll hit
the
you
share
with
code.
that $30 fee.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
A
I get it.
$30 fee?
Yeah. If you want to use it at a different place.
yeah.
No way.
Yep.
Fuck's sake.
What?
No way.
Oh God, he probably has that trademarked.
He very well
Hey,
could.
but if he talks about it, that's that's getting our word out there. So
That's true.
there's fucking podcasts.
Let's
Well,
get sued.
well, it's supposed to be 5 dumbasses. Now we're down to 3.
For the
Yeah.
day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those fucking liberal tears build up, man.
We'll talk about that in a second.
But anyways, continue.
So about the real quick back to the bangs. This it's either this or they got monsters or they have some rains. I think they might have Celsius, but I usually I've been getting monsters because it's not as bad. But I knew that today I wanted a bang.
Go out and put the bang.
Yeah. Plus, it reminds me of college because I used to drink at least like 2 of these a day in college. So
Yeah, they're good.
yeah.
They're good.
So back to the doctor.
Back. We're back to the doctor.
So the doctor came in and he basically's like, so here's the options. We can do the entire reconstructive surgery now. We'll schedule it now. Or we can do one part of the knee and do the other part later. I'm like,
That's
fuck
a
it.
waste.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, fuck it. Let's just do it all now. He's like, well, there is a chance that we might have to go back and scrape away some scar tissue. I'm like, fuck it. I'd rather, if it means I can go back to work earlier instead of having to do one surgery, wait 8 weeks and do another one. I'd rather just fucking get after it.
If you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just pissed that it's, I think it was 7 weeks, 8 weeks after that appointment to schedule because he wanted to wait till the bone was fully healed because he might have to take the plate and a couple screws out.
Yeah.
So, but he said that the ACL is partially torn. He thinks that can recover well enough on its own. But the PCL, which it's in the same area as the ACL, but it connects to the calf.
Okay.
Kind of pulls your calf in. That's shot. That is fucking torn. Because he does a test where he basically shoves the top of your shin in and see how well that moves, and that moved like
Okay.
an inch to 2 inches.
Oh, jeez.
So it was shot. And then he thinks whatever ligament is on the outside of the knee, I think it's like the MCL or LCL, whatever, that's also shot. So basically everything on the outside and the PCL is torn.
So what are they going to put in you? Like pig ligaments or?
Yeah, pig ligaments, or they're going to take like something, I think they said from the hamstring or like a cadaver.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the cadavers. I heard those are good.
Yeah.
Fuck
A lot
Yeah.
of people are using them.
Yeah, because they're not using them.
No, they're just sitting there.
Exactly. So
I can't wait to find out what you get.
Do you get to know who it was from?
I doubt that.
I doubt that as well.
I doubt that.
Damn. Thank the family, man.
Yeah. So that surgery is on March 15th. Then I can't do... Well, the good thing about this surgery is I will be quicker to recover, quicker to back to walking compared to the first one. So I think it's going to be a couple days, a week at the most where I'm off it. Just let it as much as it heal. Then by week 2, I should be at least starting to put pressure on as much as I can handle. So...
And then just physical therapy. And
yeah, keep going with physical therapy. So
Awesome.
Sucks that, you're just getting back into walking and then you're going to be crippled again.
yeah, yeah. But this time it should only be for, like I said, a week. I should be off it. So
while we're on this topic, before we get off of it, that was actually going to be one of my questions. I went back and I was watching some video and I was looking at photos.
I'm scared.
You came down this hill. Fuck. Right? Okay. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, I came down this hill and I just went straight. Florida man went down the hill. He went straight. Our video proves it. Now, you weren't on video mode, so you don't have any video to prove it. But when you're coming down the hill and you see this big rock, were you like a bug to a fucking like blood light?
Or deer and I think it was partially deer and
I'm just
deer
trying
and
to figure out why you didn't just keep going straight.
Well, I think he hit his brakes because I remember him sliding a little bit.
Yeah, I remember hitting the brakes, and I think we crossed the bridge and we went up the little
It's a little
thing, and we kind of like did the turn with it. I think I came out of the turn too wide, so me going straight was going straight into the rock. So I did go straight.
There's really not much of a path there that leads to the rock.
Well, I think it was just one of like the angle that I came out at was just perfectly lined up with the rock, and then it was like a deer in headlights, and I just froze, and I tried to turn, but my body was just like, no, we're not going to, because
No.
so
You have those thin tires too, so
yeah.
Yeah. I have a feeling that that doesn't happen there.
Yeah.
Like,
they didn't even know how to get him out. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I have
They
a
haven't
feeling
had a rescue
that, like,
mission.
Your accident was such a freak accident
Mm-hmm.
because everybody else comes down that hill and goes straight,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow you didn't. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, regardless of all the space that there is that you could have gone.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's like Sonny Bono, skiing.
Oh, did he have an accent? I know who Sonny Bono is,
Yeah.
but I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I ran face first into a tree. Like,
Oh. I'd rather have my accident than that.
yeah, I don't. Is that how he died? I think that might be how he died. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
hit a tree skiing.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't even do it. And it was just one of those things that you hear when,
Yeah.
Oh, he could have been. He died on a mountain resort in California.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
it.
then it's that.
Yeah.
Get up to heaven.
Yeah,
How'd you die? I was skiing. What'd you do?
Hit a tree while skiing.
Yeah. Like, that's such a freak, like, thing,
And my, so I have like my main PT person, but every now and then I'll go with someone else because just how schedules align. She can't do it, so I go with the other one. And the other person, while skiing 15 years apart, cracked her femur pretty bad. I think almost broke it. And then also cracked her tib fib like I did. Didn't have any of the ligament damage, but just straight cracked it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she did it while skiing. So while trying to look after her son, who was like 5 or 6 at the time.
Wow.
What'd she do? Hit a tree?
I think so. And then she hit like an embankment and just twisted a weird way. So
See, and that's the weird thing. Like, he didn't hit any of the fucking trees that are in the way. Not crossing the river part, but there were lots of areas where there were lots of trees.
Lots of areas excluding the path where I could have just turned off to slow down and be like, okay, let me walk across then.
No. I'm saying like you did, but you didn't hit any trees. Like, have you hit a tree in all of your mountain biking?
I think if I have, it's like one of those where it's like a kind of a narrow gap and you're trying to go through and doing that.
Right, but you're not going very fast doing that. But we've been moving before and there's been trees in the way. You have to.
Yeah. I don't.
You didn't hit those.
No, I don't remember hitting those. No. Yeah.
It's funny to think about. I don't know. I was just thinking about that and I'm like, how the fuck? Because I still can't figure it out. Like, how the fuck did he go straight into the rock? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't. The path definitely does not set you up for that. Now,
which is why I'm saying I think after that curve, then you would go straight into the ravine and go through. I think it just came out at a weird angle.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a different type of skill to do that.
He's blocking it all out, so he can't really remember. This is why we needed video evidence.
Yeah. Taking pictures over here.
Bless you, sweetheart. May the Lord absolve you of all your sins.
Okay.
Let God be with you.
Speaking of which, let's talk about why the Viking's not here.
Well, so
let's.
He's had these issues before.
The official report is he has sand in his vagina and he can't get a paper towel down there to kind of wipe it out. So he's just saying that it hurts.
Yeah. So,
which my dad was like, he can just be the pirate today and just have an eye patch. We'll just call him the pirate today.
I mean, he's dealt with this before, so we have seen it. It was just 1 or 2 eyes.
It was. I think because he was on his way to work the one time, it was just the one eye.
Yeah.
One eye that was started to get all watery and couldn't see out of it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And it hurt real bad. Yeah.
Oh, that was when he almost died driving to work, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember that.
He almost had a telephone pole.
Yeah.
What the fuck? When was this?
This was a while ago.
I want to say October, August.
It wasn't October.
No, because you were.
It was.
It probably was like June or July then. Because I definitely was a regular there when it happened.
Must have been when I was out of the office.
So basically between April and September.
Yeah. Little eye issue that he's got that's reoccurring.
He would text that like 30 minutes before we're supposed to show up, and I'm like, I'm almost here.
I just got off like the one highway, the connector that goes to the main. Highway.
No, I didn't give a fuck.
I was like 15 minutes out.
I was coming. I don't care. This could be a fucking short one for all I or maybe not.
We probably do need a short one after the previous like 10.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, we haven't gotten any complaints about it, so
because I don't think people are listening long enough to actually complain.
Well, either that or they just listen. Like, when I listen to long podcasts, I just do it in
sessions.
In stages. I never listened to the whole thing.
The podcast I listen to their episodes are like 2 to 3 hours.
I'll say Joe Rogan's are usually our minimum like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I do think a lot of them are like that. So I don't think it's out of the ordinary. I mean, you have your short ones too. You have your 20-minute, 30-minute ones, but they're also on a topic that
we're going to talk about this one topic,
and that's it.
And then
we can't just talk about one topic.
No.
There's no point. No.
I mean, look how long it took me to tell the doctor story.
Right,
we were on 2 different topics,
right? Bang and everything, and so I told you this, Florida man. Did you bid on my rotation?
The one girl got it.
Which one? Oh, never mind. Don't. From your office? My office?
Your office. The one in the other
I
rotation.
know who. God damn
Yeah.
it, that's right.
Oh, the one that always complains about
Yeah.
something? Fuck.
Yeah.
No, at least she's in a better area.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's definitely in a better area. I mean,
Oh, and I also put in a bid for a route.
Did you?
Yeah, it's an all-mounted route. I'm not getting it, but at least I put in a bid for it. Over at the retirement office.
Yeah. The one supervisor that likes you,
Yeah.
he told me to bid the rotation over there.
that has the
That has our routes on it?
dismount route on it.
Oh, wait, over there. The one that has the mall on it?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
He keeps trying to get me to do it.
No, because
He's
I've
like,
done...
it's so easy.
I've
I'm
done
like,
the
I
mall
don't
route
trust
before.
you.
You're supposed to get to the mall in like 3 hours. I got there at 3 o'clock.
Wow, and that's before you get to the mall.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
geez.
says it's one big parking loop.
Yeah.
Indoor parking loop.
But it's like
The
none
mall
of
is, yeah.
and like none of the malls laid out, at least the first time I did it, the only time I did it was like coordinated enough where I'm like, where do I go in at? Where do I
you start at the
in the food court?
food court, yeah.
Yeah, but you have to dismount around the mall, hit all the business on the outside
Oh,
first,
fuck that.
and then you hit the inside of the mall. You park at like the security office, then you go inside and go all the way
No.
around. But like it's not like labeled correctly, or at least I didn't understand it because I only did it one time. It's still street addresses inside the mall,
Yeah.
but there's no like address or number
Yeah.
on any of the stores. So where the hell am I supposed to go? I literally just brought
There's over 200 addresses there.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
And say that supervisor, when he was a supervisor over there before he was a rotating one, he said that he wanted to change that to where it's a cluster box.
Numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just need a cluster box with suite numbers on it.
Cluster box
Yeah.
outside of the main office, which is,
That would make sense.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
just hand everything to the main office.
Or just hand everything to the main office.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what they do at hospitals. Here.
yeah.
yeah, because there's
they know all the
it's-
names.
It's too much, you know.
Yeah. Well, not the hospital where the Viking went for his accident. There's actually a mail room down at the bottom. But again, it's a cluster box. You just start throwing names, or like your hospital. You just start throwing names.
Right.
So
Right. I mean, that would make sense.
and plus it saves so much more time. Yeah, I'm supposed to be off the clock at like 6 that day. I didn't start like the final hour till I think 5:30. And I called the office. I'm like, hey, I'm looking at maybe an hour still. And I'm like, do you want me to continue? He's like, yeah, we don't bring mail back. I'm like, fuck it. All right, I'll get done when I get done.
I never liked bringing mail back anyways.
Except when I was at the main office.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just pull. Hey, I got to be done.
Yeah.
I've already worked 11 and a half hours as a CCA. I'm done.
Yeah, they don't care. They're just like, yeah, bring it back. And throw it in the throwbacks.
Yeah.
Bid the route right next to mine.
Fuck no. I'm not going back to that office.
It's easy.
No,
I don't
you
care.
just,
It's an easy route.
No, you just need to get back to our side of things.
Yeah, no. I'm going to bid the one route over there when it goes up.
Diplomats route?
No,
The one where the lady just transferred out of that area?
The guy that
It's-
always gets hurt during peak season.
Oh yeah. That's actually not a terrible route.
It's not.
No.
It's the best route in
done
that
it.
in that zone.
in that zone,
Yeah,
definitely,
definitely.
definitely the best.
I was
route.
talking to your case buddy about it because she was trying to decide what to do.
Yeah.
Because she's the one that was our case buddy
Yeah,
who decided to go to your office
Yeah.
because, I just want to go back to where I started.
And now she regrets
and now
it.
she regrets
Doesn't
it.
she?
Yeah.
She should have fucking stayed.
Yeah.
Where in
Yeah.
the mornings we were dancing and singing and having a good old fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have to deal with fucking assholes.
yeah.
Fucking ignorant pricks over there. I don't
Well,
care if they.
And there's people that always conveniently have doctor's appointments on Tuesdays.
or if it rains, it just happens to be where I have to go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit over at that office. So,
Well, so
she talked about bidding Diplomat's route,
Yeah.
and that route that
Yeah.
you're bidding. I said Diplomat's route, from what I understand, I don't think I've done it, at least not as
all residential.
all
Yeah, it's
residential. It's not bad. The one main street is probably the worst part, just because it is like the main street, and
It
traffic.
does have a lot of steps.
Yeah.
I told her that.
Yeah, and I said the route that you wanted to bid, the first 2 hours are kind of,
Yeah.
a little.
But once you clear that,
Yeah.
once you clear that, like it's fucking smooth. As
once you
sailing.
get to like the hill parts,
that
sucks. But it's
not that bad.
It's easy.
But-
Everything's super spread out, so you're walking a lot.
So
but-
the morning of that route, the one you're talking about, is like terrible.
Yeah.
But you're there first thing in the morning,
Yeah, crap.
so it's not that bad.
everyone's still waking up. No one. Yeah. It's a shitty area, but it's definitely doable. Like there's the one because you're supposed like the first park point. You do. I don't remember, but like you do one part. Then you go like on a bunch of alleyways and loop
you go
around
on a fucking adventure.
Yeah, and then there's
Yeah.
the third swing out of that where you just fucking hike.
Yep.
You go all the way down to the street,
All the way down,
cross,
all the way back up.
No, then you keep going down another block, then you turn and then come up and around.
Oh yeah,
and
it does have a couple of those.
so that's like a mile swing, and that's
Yeah.
like first thing in the morning. But after that, it's pretty easy.
It is nice. I have a doctor's appointment on Friday.
Oh,
Were you back?
Yeah. I told him. I said, "This is. You got to release me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't."
Yeah.
And the thing is like, you know, my back hurts and whatever else, and but when I'm done with PT. Like I went through it and did great. While I was doing PT and all that stuff, like I actually did start to feel a lot better. So my thing is, and I'm going to tell them that, like, let me get out there and do it. I don't need to like overdo it. Give me.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already on work assignment anyway, so it's not like you're doing any extra time. Yeah, your route's long, but
give me a couple hours to start out with.
let me work back
Ease
in.
into it.
Give me light duty.
Well, but then that's the other thing. But they don't like my restrictions that I have now. So if I can get those,
what are your restrictions?
right?
Nothing over 10 pounds.
No, right. Nothing over 10 pounds.
No lifting.
No lifting over 10 pounds. No lifting anything less than a foot from the ground. No walking more than 300 feet at one time.
Ooh, yeah.
Which I would have been fine in the office.
Right, yeah.
And I had
300
to,
feet's basically from the door to the supervisor's desk.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to be able to sit or stand as needed.
Right.
Change positions
Right.
as needed. That doesn't really restrict me from
Doing office work.
casing and office work
And doing clerk duties if you needed to. Yeah.
Right. That was really where I was with it, know. But they don't like it, and that's okay. So I'm going for it. I want to get back out on the street. I was having a conversation the other night about that, and they were like, well, maybe you just need to, find a different position at the post office or,
Yeah,
but
you have to jump through so many
said,
hoops.
I said, well, one, I don't want to be a supervisor. I just don't. Like,
I told you what.
yeah. and a fill-in is one thing.
Yeah, I'd say there's an opportunity. At least I'm gonna talk about them and then see what if basically if light duty doesn't pan out, look into that.
Yeah,
too.
and that would be cool.
And be a 204B, which obviously we're going over the dark side.
Yeah, for a little bit there.
But it's like I said, it's only a temporary thing. It's only supposed to at least get us paid and get us working and do something.
Right, but I was telling them like
You need to get you one of these.
I know. Like I don't I know this sounds stupid and all the shit talking we do about being CCAs and all the crazy shit, but I fucking love my job.
Oh yeah.
It's less of a job. More, I mean, I have to go to it every day. There are things you have to do. Yes,
Right.
it is a job,
And you have to deal with the fucking assholes.
but it doesn't. But it does not feel like a job. Like
No,
it's actually enjoyable to
Because
do.
There's so many times where I would start the day. It was like 8:30 or 9 o'clock by the time I got on the street or whatever.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, it's lunch. Then next thing you know, your route's over, and then you're doing overtime or whatever. The days fly by, and it's not like, oh my god, it's flying by. I can't get my work done. It's like they're flying by, and I've done all my work. So
And we all have shitty customers. I mean, that happens.
yeah.
But the thing is the people who like are excited when you're there, when you get there, or the people who are just nice to you. You know what I mean? Like
the dogs.
Well, I don't have an issue with dogs.
Yeah, the good dogs. Yeah.
Right. You know, it makes it all worth it. You know, like I'm not a people person.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the people. I don't know. I don't mind the people who were, you know, who I come in contact with on the day. I don't mind talking to those people. I don't mind talking to anyone except for the one lady who wants to shoot me. I don't really want to talk to her.
Yeah, but that's his customer.
Yeah, but she cuts through.
Which I don't talk to her anyway. I think I've seen her outside like twice since that incident.
And she eyeballs you.
Yeah, she does.
Because he's a white bald guy.
Yeah, white supremacist.
But, you know, it's pretty crazy. Like, you know, I wish that this is what I would have done straight out of the military.
Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten a head start on that because I really do. I love delivering the mail. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be a clerk.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a mail handler, you know, maybe at the Maine or whatever else, you know what I mean? Or whatever other positions they have up there. Mm-hmm. Who fucking knows?
Could do the truck driving.
I could, but I don't want to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not as fun. Not as,
you know,
getting out there, being.
I mean, think about it.
Outside.
Even on the days where it's fucking cold and it's raining.
You know, 35 degrees and for some reason it's not fucking snowing. It's just, you know, straight downpour the entire day.
Does that day suck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's still like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, it still feels worth it, kind of.
Right.
What you're doing still feels like you're doing something productive and not just for yourself. Obviously, you're going to work and all that.
Yeah.
But it's like you still feel like you're doing, even if you're just delivering fucking junk mail all day, you still kind of feel like you're doing something for the community and doing and supporting that.
Yeah, and I if you're asking me honestly, I think that the people who deliver mail, your letter carriers, they wouldn't put up with that shit if they also didn't feel the same way.
Right. They may not feel...
Who's gonna put up with that shit?
Right. They may not feel as strongly about it as we do.
Maybe not.
But they still enjoy it enough to keep it going.
But all the times, you know, in the winter when you slip and fall, you know, the ankles and rolling your ankles and the hurting and everything else that does happen because, well, we're in the elements all day long. Mm-hmm. If you didn't really enjoy what you were doing,
it wouldn't be worth it.
You might not love it, but if you didn't really enjoy what you were doing, you wouldn't do this. Mm-hmm. You might pick another job at the post office, and that's fine. But I'm telling you, your letter carrier, maybe he's having a bad day or he's just a grumpy person, but I guarantee you he loves what he's doing or he wouldn't do it because people would not fucking do this.
No. It's kind of like, it sounds kind of weird and it's almost like kind of like being a cop or being in the military. It's like, well, I guess.
The military.
I was about to say, I heard a lot of stories, not just from you, but from my brother and all that, where they're like, fuck, I kind of wish I didn't do this. Right. They want to get out, but they can't.
Right. The military is a little bit of a different
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a different situation. You really don't know what you're getting into.
But the ones that put in more than their 3 years and more than their basic and their first assignment.
4 years. Yeah.
The ones that stay in after their 4 years, they actually enjoy it for something, somewhat, or at least they enjoy the perks of it, whatever perks they get.
Well, so you get the perks of it when you know, at least for my job, you know, and we're talking, you know, back in 2006 when I didn't reenlist, you know, but if I would have reenlisted, my bonus alone, just my reenlistment bonus would have been $61,000 to reenlist.
Nice.
Because there's a whole lot of different things that go along with it and whatever else. And if I would have reenlisted while I was overseas, it would have been all tax-free.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, is that your furnace?
That's the furnace kicking in. I can hear it clear as day. So.
No, that's fine. I'm just marking it so I can see if I can get the noise reduction thing out.
Sorry if you can't, but it's a little chilly outside.
This is going to sound way better than it sounds. You know, than it has normally anyways. So who fucking cares? But I really do think, even like I said, even with grumpy carriers and whatever else, you have to love what you're doing.
Right.
I live on a training route.
Oh no, you're on an ox route.
Training.
Oh,
they're a trainer. Yeah, because my neighbor came over and gave me my W-2s and a paddock. I looked outside the other day and I was like, oh shit.
Do you have that informed delivery?
No.
I do. Yeah, I like it.
Why?
Because when you're expecting things like that,
I did it so I can keep track of when I was at my parents' house. I can keep track of what's coming in.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense then.
Yeah.
For you.
So this is going to be a weird way. So speaking of informed delivery, I already did my taxes.
Yeah.
Because, we got our W-2s and whatever else. So I was listening to another podcast.
Fuck taxes.
Well, right. But I haven't done my city taxes because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do them later. I was listening to a show, and apparently in Toledo, Ohio. Now, I want your opinions on this, and I want to know what you think. They're starting a pilot program for kids in school. Apparently, in Toledo, kids' absenteeism from school is off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So they want to start a program where they pay kids to go to school.
What the fuck? Why didn't we get that?
I feel like that's our first response out of everyone. But
Can we get back pay for it?
Now, here's the stipulations, and I want your opinion on it. The stipulations right now, it's $50 a month.
okay,
That's not.
Okay?
but that $50
It's
a
something.
month just to go to school, though.
Yeah.
$50 a month to be there at least 90% of the time.
90%?
So that's
Basically missing one class one day every 2 weeks, roughly.
yeah. So 2 days a month. You can miss 2 days a month.
Now, is that just like unexcused absences, or is that all absences?
They're just trying to get kids
Because
to come to school.
Because for the kids that do go to school, but they have doctor's appointments or they have something where they just can't go, or they actually are sick, does that count towards it?
I don't know. Maybe you won't get your $50 that month. I mean, if you don't go to work,
that's true.
but you don't get sick time, do you get paid?
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Do they give you sick leave?
for it? See, I don't know the stipulations.
Yeah,
I don't know. But so on one hand, you have hypothetically a better educated populace,
Yeah.
right? Because they're going to school.
Yeah.
That's half the battle.
Yeah, but that means their school district tax is going to go up.
Well, see, and now that's where you have on the other side of things,
Because you got to find the money for that.
where is this going to come from
Because I know how much I pay for.
for your school?
Yeah.
Do you have a separate school district tax, or does it come out of your property taxes? Or
Separate.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
Yep. It's two different things.
See,
And
I know that I have like a school district tax, right? But I don't pay it separate. It's all my property taxes,
Yeah.
right? Like I think most places in Ohio. So when you do your taxes, it's like, do you live in a place that has a school city tax? The first time I ever did my taxes, I'm like, well, yeah, of course I pay taxes for the school, yeah.
yeah.
And I couldn't find the school on the list, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, fuck. And so, you go through the rigmarole trying to look it up and come to find out, it's taken from property taxes. But there are some that have a legit school tax that you have to pay separately from the city tax, from your property taxes. Like, how much is that for you?
This year
Is it a percentage or is it,
I don't know the percentage, but this year it was like $600.
$600 on what we made, on what you made.
Yeah.
It was probably close to 2%
Yeah.
of your income.
Yeah.
1.5. 1.5.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because what I'm paying in city tax is like 3%.
Yeah, and you probably paid more or owe more
Yeah.
for city tax. I hate my city. I have to pay quarterly
Really?
because, the post office doesn't take out city taxes.
No.
Fucking stupid.
I know. I think it is.
They can. You just have to request it.
Well, it's a real pain in the ass, though,
Yeah.
and you have to fill out paperwork for it. And I had the paperwork to do it, and I'm like, nah, fuck this. Like, I called the tax department in my city and everything. They gave me all the numbers and everything for it, and it's a fucking pain in the ass. So I have to pay quarterly because the Ohio Revised Code says if the people don't pay quarterly, you can fine them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
For their city taxes. And that happened to me one year. Because I had just transferred jobs into the post office, in the middle of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know that I have to pay quarterly city taxes in the middle of the year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I went to file my taxes the next year. And sure as shit, they fucking smacked me with this fine. And it was not a cheap fine either. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then as I'm doing my taxes, I can do them online in my city. They're like, all right, well, how much are you going to make next year? And it's like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that question.
How much are you going to make? I don't know.
especially
It
in our-
depends on how much overtime I
Exactly.
get.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, like, look at me. Like, my last day working was September 9th.
Yeah. Mine's
I have
mine's November.
severely overpaid
Exactly.
because I haven't been at work. I haven't been getting paid. The whole last quarter of the year, I didn't get paid.
Right. I didn't get paid basically the last 6 weeks of the year.
And so that does affect what you make. So, and my quarterly payments are based on my estimate. So if I say, which shouldn't have been out of line for last year, if I say I was going to make $50,000, our base is like 45 or 46.
46. Yeah.
So I figured, overtime that the little bit that I get every week, it'll add up,
Right.
whatever else.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't start thinking about the, insurance is pre-tax and, things like that. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
there he goes.
yeah. So, I severely overestimated in the first place, and then I wasn't working, but yet you still want to say that I owe this quarterly tax estimate. Well, I'm not fucking working.
Right.
So no, I don't owe taxes for this quarter. So I don't know. I didn't pay it.
Did you go to a tax guy or
No.
no?
No.
You do the TurboTax?
Yeah, but in city doesn't do city. But yeah, I do TurboTax. It's super easy.
Yeah.
My dad's had an accountant for as long as I can remember. So we just go to the we just go to-
I just go to my tax guy.
Yeah.
He makes it simple. He's like,
Well, that's what
this is what you owe. This is how much you're getting back.
yeah,
see,
that's
but
the
I
thing.
don't
We just
have-
send in all our paperwork like I think like a month in advance, like
Yeah.
all our W-2s, all our
Yeah.
other stuff, and then we meet one Saturday for like an hour, and I'm like, here's everything. Here's what you owe. Here's what you getting back.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
have any questions?
But my
no,
stuff-
sign this.
But like in yours, probably, maybe, I don't know, who knows, but my taxes are not difficult. There's nothing about my taxes. Like when your dad died, that probably kind of sparked something like having to get a tax guy to do things because you've got monies coming from here and they're there. And
Well, it's like
what's taxable, what's deductible,
it's like I get interest on my money just sitting in a bank account, and then I have a trust and everything like that.
right.
So
And so all that stuff makes a
Yeah.
difference. Mine, I have a W-2.
Yeah.
no, that's
That's
it.
it. Well, see, that's the thing, because
That's it.
when I was in college, for part of our intermediate accounting program, we had to do either 10 hours worth of taxes or just 10 taxes. We had to file 10 taxes or 10 hours, whichever kind of.
Yeah.
So basically, it ended up being 1 hour. But literally, they sat us down. I think it was the town where the Viking lives. Or no, it's the one over where.
The next one over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we literally just sat in like a library, and then people just came up to us. Here's our W-2s.
Yeah.
Couples were filing jointly. W-2s, don't have any kids.
Right.
Here's everything. We literally just input into a system, and then
Which is what TurboTax does.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we just input into a system, hit all the enter. Okay, everything's checked out. Turn the screen over. Does this look right? Does this look right? Like, here's what you're getting back. Here's what you owe. For national and state.
Oh yeah, you go to school for that.
Yeah, I went to school for that. I have a fucking degree for that. Yeah. It was actually super fucking easy. That was the whole second semester of my junior year for accounting classes was personal taxes.
So the IRS is coming around with that. They're actually they have come up with a program for you to use for free to file your federal taxes.
Yeah.
Which you can file your taxes for free if you want to do them.
If you know what you're doing, you can do it yourself.
You can, but that's where programs like TurboTax and everything come in, So the IRS, it's only in a few states right now that they
probably California, New York, and Florida.
But so at least there's something, because I'm sorry, if I have to pay taxes, which I don't have to pay taxes right now anyways, but if I have to, I get a return is what I'm saying. A return. Yeah. But if I have to pay my taxes, which I do with my paychecks, I also have to pay to have them done. Mm-hmm. Like, come on. Like, I don't know.
For to basically hope you did it right. And
that's the other thing. The fucking IRS already knows what the answer is.
Yeah, that's what I never understood.
Yeah. They already know. They have all of your fucking numbers. Mm-hmm. Why don't you just say, hey, here you go. This is what you owe us, or this is your refund. Mm-hmm. There are other countries that
aren't they redoing the federal tax to put us in a lower bracket?
Oh, we definitely,
that goes into this year.
We definitely got put into a lower bracket.
Not me.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe not you, because...
But him and I did.
Well, I also file head of household.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, I guess I could file head of household. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And plus I'll get the first homeowner.
Yeah, but
break.
You don't have any dependents.
That's true.
To make that worth your while. So it doesn't, it doesn't...
I'll get the first homeowner tax break.
Yeah.
So... Because I couldn't get it last year because I didn't own the home long enough before taxes.
Right. I have, an 18-year-old living with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Just I understand maybe the IRS saying, hey, this is your refund. Now, if numbers have changed from the previous tax year, kids, whatever, hey, you can go online and say, well, this is what changed. And then they can come up with they can spit out their different number or whatever. But they already know the number.
Right. It should be associated with your social security number.
Right. And like my kid's social security number should be associated with me.
Yours, yeah, since they're your dependents.
Yeah.
It should just be you log on to, IRS website or whatever, and then here's what we have.
Yep.
Does this look right?
Yep.
Here's what, everything.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Does that look right? Yes.
If you look at the number and you don't contest it, then that's on you. Too fucking bad.
Right.
I think it would, and I think the Viking might agree, the rich people, they get their tax bill. Now, if they want to contest it, then they've got to go through everything to contest it.
Right. Then they have to get a tax guy or go to TurboTax, or they're not using TurboTax.
They're not using TurboTax.
But go to their tax guy, go to their accountant.
And contest it and go through the whole rigmarole to figure out what they're doing instead of,
right.
I think that would be a better way to do things.
How you doing over there, sweetheart?
No, I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
It says 14 states are financial relief, but it goes into effect this year.
What are you talking about, financial relief?
For taxes. Put us in a lower tax bracket. Mm-hmm. That way we're not paying so much.
Yeah.
But what states?
But I definitely feel that I was put in a lower tax bracket this year. And maybe it's because I didn't make as much as I did when I was, I ain't making no CCA money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
That put me in a tax bracket.
I remember looking at the first full year, because you don't keep track of how much you're making. You know, you don't add it up when you get your paychecks, whatever. So I looked at the first full year. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
That looks nice.
oh, I made that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then and the tax accountant's like, "Are you going to make that much this year?" I'm like, "I doubt it. I'm just gonna."
And right, and
Yeah.
so and that's
I
my
don't
thing
think-
with what's your estimated.
Yeah.
If I was still a CCA, it's like, well, fuck,
You're
dude,
working 70 hours a week.
but I could work 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's a very large.
I would say CCAs were designed to be working for the part time. That's why we're considered part time
Right.
employees.
Exactly.
well, they want to get rid of the CCAs.
Yeah, my brother's
PTFs.
My brother's office just has PTFs. They go straight into PTF.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which is actually good for the the carrier coming in because
Yeah.
They're already making the regular.
their time counts for them. Our time
Yeah.
is our time as CCA is done. Done. I mean, you're 2 fucking weeks or whatever.
But our year that we put in didn't really account for it.
Count for us.
Yeah.
So that was basically a year of free work.
Yeah.
Nothing in the
Especially if you're
thrift
starting.
savings, nothing towards your retirement.
Especially if you're
nothing.
starting,
Yeah.
how late you and the Vikings started.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as much for Florida Man or I because we started relatively young.
right.
So, but man, imagine if we started when we were 18, 19.
Right.
I mean, I'd already have 7 years in. You'd be close to retirement by now. You could retire soon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Take early retirement. Could be relaxing right now.
I know. And that's why I said I wish I would have done this straight out of the military. I definitely am glad that I went to the military. So I don't want to say like, I wish I would have just come straight. No, I'm glad I went to the military.
Yeah.
So, but right after the military, I wish I would have just.
Yeah, if I knew how much I liked this, I wish I would have started out of high school. I would have been stuck up in Medina.
Yeah,
But
that's all right.
I would have been in Florida.
But so what?
Which okay, fun story. My cousin has been trying to get down to Florida because his parents moved down there. He's
Okay.
still suckling from the teat.
Yeah.
If you hear this, I'm sorry. So he's been
Giggity.
so he's been trying to get down there. He's been trying for basically since he became a regular for 2 years.
I believe there's like a 7-year waiting list for Florida.
When he first he signed up for 2 cities, I forget where, but when he first signed up, he was like 81 and like 75 or something like in line.
Yeah.
And then a year later, he was 35 and like 40. So he's like, "Oh, we're getting there. But he had to reapply again because it's been a year.
Yeah, because it had already been.
Yeah. Well, the second year of him trying to apply just came up, and he just got a letter saying, "We have received your application." Not that that's actually got approved, but he just received the application, which can take up to 2 years to approve or deny. And then another like 45 days to move down there.
Yeah, I mean, that's why like the diplomat got transferred like that. Like he was pretty lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it helped that he's getting married. So,
Of course.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, the office was like, yep, they have a spot in everything. You know what I
Right.
mean?
But it's just, but it sucks because as soon as he told us he wanted to move down there, we're like, just quit and become a CCA again. He's like, "No, I don't want to work Sundays." It's like, dude, at the time you were a PTF. You're still working Sundays. Your office is as big as the retirement office here.
Yeah.
So you're not getting a lot of time. You're stationed on an aux route when you got converted.
Yeah.
So you're not getting that much time anyway. Like, just quit, move down
So
there.
he's a PTF right now?
No.
Unassigned.
I think he has a route now. I don't talk to him very much.
Okay.
Yeah, none of us do.
No, of course you don't. But I think he has a route now. But we're like, dude, just quit and get rehired as a CCA down there, because then you can move down there, and then you probably be put towards the top of the pile because you were already a carrier.
Yeah.
And they asked, "Why did you quit?" Because I wanted
Because I had to move.
Yeah, because I needed to move, and I wasn't going to get transferred as a CCA.
So if that was the case, like for me, and I had to move somewhere, I would definitely contemplate if I couldn't get a transfer someplace like Florida or California, places where it's probably impossible to
Just because I commute.
to get transferred to. I'm saying
Right,
because
yeah.
But you could quit and get hired in as a CCA.
as a CCA, right?
Yeah.
In that case, I might
I would have.
consider just quitting.
Especially since you're already CCA.
Yeah.
So that none of the time that you put in went towards anything. He's 3 months older than I am.
Right.
So he's still pretty young.
He's got lots of time.
He's got lots of time. And I think he may have just been converted when he put in for the transfer. So he wasn't going to get it anyway.
He wasn't going to get it anyway. So
he's like,
he didn't have any time in it.
You have no seniority. You have no retirement or put in for anything. Just quit and then go and then move down.
Nobody wants to work Sundays, and we get that. But that's really.
But you're working Sundays in Florida.
I know, but right. And also, like, if you go and you do your CCA time, let's say you had to do 2 full years.
Mm-hmm. He would have been a regular by now.
Yeah.
Because I think he was a CCA for I think like 14 months, about as much time as you.
Yeah.
So he would have been just been converted now, and then already would have his route by now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
instead of waiting for another 2 years and then a month and a half after that, so he's looking at
the transfer game's tough because you're waiting for people to
retire and quit. Yeah. He's looking at 4 years of trying to do this. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That 4 fucking years of when at that point I would have
of just sitting and waiting.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't.
I mean, how long did it take that one guy to move to the Vikings house? Was it a full year?
It was basically the full year.
Yeah, and that was just to move 10 miles down the road. Yeah,
to a city that's still in our bargaining unit.
Yeah,
they still count for our union.
Really?
Yeah.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
They are, but he had to wait again because it is such a small post office. They have a lot of rural routes.
Right.
So if they're in the same union, why don't we just consider them like in the area?
Yeah.
I don't think they're in the same union. They're in the same bargaining.
No, they're in the same. If they need union representation, it's from us.
Okay,
because it's like right down the street from my office.
Right.
Yeah.
Their office is. Yeah. It's like it's within driving distance.
The Vikings house is 15 minutes from my house.
Yeah. There are a lot of those smaller cities like that are actually part of our bargaining.
The one where the other
our union,
the other union local steward is that part of us? The one where he would go down, where they only have like one city carrier.
No, so that was a little bit of a special circumstance because it's such a small office.
Mm-hmm. It's such a small town,
and it's such a small town.
Yeah,
they didn't have They don't have the right to have a steward. The steward would have been the one city carrier.
I'm representing myself.
Okay. I'm pretty sure there was one city carrier there.
Yeah, that sounds from what I heard him talk about it with us outside. Yeah,
if I'm thinking about the correct office, I'm pretty sure that person. It's just that person.
Take the route that from your city straight down.
I'm thinking the same city as you. Mm-hmm. There are a couple different offices that he has. Gone to, so. Because of that, they have to then contact our business agent over our region, and then they send.
Okay. And that guy was just picked to come.
Asked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
And so that's how that works. It's simply because the shop is so small.
Yeah. There's one city carrier.
That there is no union representation readily available. Right. Not like our offices.
Isn't it, if I thought I heard him right, probably wrong, but isn't it like there's one city route and then an aux route?
Yeah.
So basically he's just doing 10 hours, 11 hours every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is...
Imagine if he did that when he's on the 8-hour list.
Right, well, imagine... He'd just get forced every day.
But
at that point, just screw it. Might as well just be...
But so if you have an aux route, an auxiliary route, and a regular route, why don't you have a CCA?
Yeah.
Otherwise, but imagine being that CCA. Dude, that would suck.
Yeah, because you're basically just doing that.
You're doing that aux route.
And then if it's that carrier's day off. Well, it's the thing is...
So that carrier
do they get a rotator?
No, so basically...
It's too small of a route that, unless it's kind of like...
basically how that works...
Just from like a different office.
If that carrier is not there, that mail doesn't get delivered.
Yeah, because there's management can't do it. It's against the contract.
No, it's not in offices like that
Okay.
because it's so small.
Right.
Yeah.
They have a slightly different contract. Okay.
Yeah. But there have been multiple times that they've said that the mail just wasn't delivered.
I hate coming back on.
Double DPS and
Mhm. You basically might as well just case in the stuff from the day before and just have fucking
or the days depending on. See, when I had double DPS, I know that they don't like us doing it, but I would put them together.
Case it all in, pull it down.
No,
I
would take my trays and merge them.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't like us doing that in the office. Well, fine, I'll do it in my truck.
Yeah.
I'll do it per swing. I don't care. I'll take double DPS out with me and I'll merge them for the swing. I don't care. But I'm not carrying 2 things of DPS and flats and
packages.
it's so fucking confusing.
Mm-hmm.
It's I tried it once and it's like,
Well, it'd be pretty easy because you just got to pull out the DPS and then just a stack of flats for that house.
well,
Because you just be like, okay, there you go.
so this was also before I was carrying flats out of the grip.
All right.
So I had my
oh.
flats and everything.
Oh. I was just thinking because that could be basically you have the DPS in your hand from say today.
Mm-hmm.
You have the DPS from yesterday on your arm.
You could.
You could probably just rubber band that so it doesn't fall out.
In this case,
And
it
then
would be a lot easier
and
now.
then keep your flats in here. Then just dismount all your packages.
Right.
So.
You could. I find
That's probably what I would do. Just dismount all the packages for the swing or for the park point, and then have all the flats in the bag and just go here, then go there, and pick up the flats. So
I don't know. I mean, once you get into a routine and how you do things, that's it. That's how you do things.
right.
Yeah.
That's why switching over from, carrying flats in my arms, like magazines and shit, if you don't know what flats are.
Flat objects.
Those are, your
Flat
large envelopes.
large envelopes. Yeah.
Your magazines, that's why the transition from carrying that in my arm to carrying that in my grip was such a big transition because, for years now I had been carrying it in my arms. But man, I'm going to tell you, carrying it, carrying it from your grip is so much easier.
See, I only do that on days that are super light.
I don't
On super light days, I just
do
put
it on fucking Advo day. I don't give a shit.
on super light days. I just put it all in one hand. I'll literally
Yeah.
like right before the swing, I'll just put everything together.
Yeah.
and just
Well,
have
if
it all in
That too.
yeah, because it's on one of those days where you can fit the entire swing in your hand.
yeah, I mean,
Then
if I
literally
have
just
like
go-
a flat or something,
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah.
whatever. But
God, talking about this really makes me miss work.
I know, dude. I
because again,
It's
we're
been
talking.
really light lately too.
Yeah, it's about
like-
to pick up here soon once taxes are done.
taxes, yeah.
Yeah.
Parcels
But
are
my
going to pick
route-
up. That doesn't mean mail's going to pick up.
Yeah,
My route typically gets about 5 trays on a Monday. I think last Monday it was only like 3.
See, that's awesome.
I'll say I think on a Monday an average is like 3 for me, so I probably would like 2.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, I do. I miss it. I want to go back so bad. And I'll take it easy. But
See, an average day for me is 3 trays.
yeah, I think an average day for me is like tray and 2 trays, 1.5. So
that's not bad.
no.
I don't know why my route gets so much mail. It's not in the best of area.
I was like, how much does
It's a lot of junk mail, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
how much does the hospital get?
They get a stack.
like a quarter of a tray.
Oh, that's actually
That's not bad.
Yeah.
One of my businesses.
your entire first 2 hours probably gets
Just about.
Come
a full
tax
tray.
season, it'll probably be a tray.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I just want to. I'll take it easy and pace myself. There's definitely not going to be any more off to the races for me.
No.
Your first 2 hours.
Start requesting an hour every single day. Yeah.
What? It's kind of what I'm going to have to do. Because I can't hurt myself again. Not like this. And I don't want to. But And who knows? If I hurt myself like this again, is that it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck. I don't want to do that. So, but I want to deliver mail again. It's so much fun.
It is.
Yeah. I was talking to the PT I had Friday, and she said a typical surgery, just any kind of surgery where you have to, and reconstructive and getting back into it. She said it's done in increments of 6. Mm-hmm. Well, kind of. The first 6 weeks are going to be the worst because that's when surgeries just happen. You're going to be sore. Everything's going to hurt. You're not going to be moving as much and all that.
Right. 6
months out, you're probably going to be like 50 to 60% of what you used to be able to do. So you can start going back to work and you can do all that. And then a year out is when you're like 95% where you were before the injury. Mm-hmm. So that's when you can start getting back into the full swing of things and doing what you were doing before.
I know some people are like worried about your injury because it's a knee injury.
I thought no one ever talked about it. They're more about Smurf coming back.
Like supervisors and stuff. They're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Knee injuries are the worst and career ending.
Yeah.
They can be. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean,
Then there's Nick Chubb, who's had like 4 ACL tears.
Yeah, but those guys, their care is a little bit.
Yeah, they go down to Mexico, Tijuana to get that stem cells.
Yeah. Which actually, that's where the new doctor, that's where he wanted me to do PT, was at the same place that Nick Chubb would go.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because it's the same. It's the same hospital group.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Oh, that place
just go down to Tijuana, man. And get some stem cells.
Okay, yeah. Let's say that place.
Like adrenochrome.
Yeah.
That place is fucking nice. It's got like a 20, 30 yard turf in there. We got everything's all decked out, brand fucking new. It was just built like 2 years ago. It's fucking nice.
So, I can't wait to get some street corn nachos.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna do that a couple times this year.
Oh yeah.
And like you said with the Diplomat, you actually sat right behind home plate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which, I can't believe I pulled that off.
Yeah, but why not? I mean...
well, that's the thing. Those tickets were like $20 bucks.
I can swing $20. My daughter is super excited and totally wants to go. So we need to...
Plus,
we need to do this.
You can coordinate with my dad and get tickets there. Tickets for the Guardians.
Well, so I was thinking that too.
So the
problem is
he got an email from...
I can't swing that kind of fucking money.
Well, he got an email from the Guardians because he's a season ticket holder in Bentonville. They offered him a parking spot for behind the left or center field, left field, that parking garage. Mm-hmm. They said it's like $12 a game.
Yes,
but
that's not bad.
It's $12 a game, but you have to obviously wait to go in. But then you have to walk all the way around the stadium to get to where you're in. Compared to $15, and then you enter from behind home plate, and then you just go right up. So he's like, it's worth the extra $3.
But it's not even $15 to park where we park.
Well, he usually pays $15. He usually waits to get there. But
that's the thing. Don't wait till you get there.
If he did it, on his way up, then he probably don't have to pay.
When I went up with my daughter, like I said, I did it the night before because you can do it like 24 hours in advance. Yeah. So I did it the night before and it was $3 fucking. I
think when we did it was like $3 or $4, and you're parking literally quarter mile, half mile, not even. As soon as you get out of the parking lot,
maybe a quarter mile,
you can see the stadium.
Okay.
So
I mean, like big, like it's right fucking there.
Yeah.
You have to cross over a couple of busy streets.
It's about the same distance to where Viking had his accident.
Okay.
It's about that same distance.
Yeah. Well, I went to DC and we parked on the street and we wanted to see the White House. Well, we fucking walked past it.
How do you walk past the White House?
Dude, don't ask us. And we had...
Were you in charge or was your sister in charge?
No. We went up with a couple of guys, and the guy we went to see, he's from that area, and he was going to be our tour guide. Well,
yeah, that didn't happen, did it?
No, we missed the White House.
What, was he actually from that area?
Yeah, he's from there.
Or was he like, hey, I'll be your tour guide here?
Yeah, he lives in Maryland, right outside DC. So
I don't say, was he from that area? Or does he live in Baltimore? I said, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we're from Cleveland. We can take you around Cleveland.
No.
Oh shit! No,
We did see the pencil though.
The pencil.
Yeah. We didn't walk past that. That's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, there was a line right outside the White House for people taking tours and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was like, oh, what's that line for? He's like, I don't know.
I would. I've been to DC, several times.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to go there and see all that stuff. Anything outside of DC and actually kind of inside DC is kind
Just
of
don't
shitty.
go to Georgetown. That fucking shit's a cluster.
Well, it's kind of shitty area around it, and DC's not that great either. But going there, I mean, you should probably go there.
Yeah,
and I have, but I've never gotten that opportunity. And even when I was a kid, and I wish I would have, was go to tour the White House.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It's not the same anymore, I suppose. Touring a White House, it's
No.
security measures and everything are probably way different.
You have to get like a background check and everything, be vetted prior to
even
getting
waiting.
in.
Yeah. Which, okay, I don't mind that. That's their process, but I would like to see it. I think it would be cool, and you're not going to get to see everything. Obviously, you're not going to get to go to certain places, but I don't know.
I love those stories. When they like national football teams or like the championship winners
to the White House
when they because they also get to tour the White House too. And I think it was like Alabama when they won last time they won. Mm-hmm. They went to, it was when Trump was still in office, and they toured the Oval
Amen.
Office. And they have a red button on the desk, and someone asks, Mr. President, what's the button for? He's like, do you want to find out? Do you really want to know? Everyone's like, oh fuck, are we about to start World War III? He presses it, and someone just comes in with a Diet Coke and sets it on the desk.
With the fucking cheeseburger.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Well, they did that one year because I think it was like Alabama, whoever won the college football championship.
Yeah.
They were supposed to have like a big dinner for them, but for some reason they couldn't do a normal dinner, so he just bought like 100 Big Macs, 100 fucking Whoppers, 100 Wendy's double.
He gets a lot of hate for that now.
He does, which you gotta wonder, like, why not put like a small McDonald's kitchen type deal, or just get everything that,
like Richie Rich.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what was it? He'd walk down and in his kitchen was a McDonald's or however many restaurants.
Like you have.
If you have like a favorite food, a favorite restaurant, you should be able to have access to it.
To like, especially as a president, to their supplies. That way you can just make it.
Open a McDonald's in the White House.
Yeah, but
or
now
Burger King, or a Subway,
or a Chipotle,
or a Chipotle.
Yeah, but
that's all they do.
What are you going to do? Like every 4 years, change the restaurant?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Between Chipotle or McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's, it's probably not that much of a difference.
No, but when you start talking about like Taco Bell and Burger King, or and McDonald's, and then you go to Chipotle or
Pizza Hut,
like these are totally different,
right? But like if you're if they have a McDonald's or a Wendy's or a Burger King,
I'd fucking open up a Wendy's.
Fucking yeah, I know you would.
We know you would.
I'm saying like
I'm gonna get that on my way home.
The stuff to make that isn't that much different from restaurant to restaurant.
No, right.
It's just basically what machines, they all have a flat top, they all have a fryer, they all have the heating stations, whatever. It's just the specific ways they cook it are different. That's the only thing.
And their suppliers.
Yeah. So that would be the only change.
I think it would. I mean, why not? And then at least the food's made in-house. It's
fresh.
And it's
never frozen.
I mean... McDonald's.
I call Pap.
Yeah. McDonald's,
good.
McDonald's is good the same cold as it is hot, except for the fries. But
McDonald's doesn't go bad.
McDonald's doesn't go bad.
I don't know.
There's
I've seen
somebody who
Supersize Me. They talked about that.
Well, but
somebody
no, there was
has like
somebody
a
that
20
saved,
like
cheeseburgers
20-year-old
or whatever.
burger.
It looks
with the
like,
receipt.
It looks a day old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking what is in that?
Fucking gross.
And we love it.
I don't eat McDonald's, but
Every time my mom has to take me to appointments, because if it's like during the day, like one of the major doctor's appointments, my mom always takes me. And she's like, all right, come on, we gotta go. I'm like, well, why? We have time. She's like, we gotta stop at McDonald's. We gotta make her McDonald's.
Like you're a little fucking kid still.
Yeah, but we just get drinks.
yeah.
I tell you, after your doctor's appointment, we'll get McDonald's.
No,
if
if
you
you
be good,
it's on the way
if
up.
you be good.
I'll get you McFlurry.
McFlurry. Did you see that person who found like a fucking trash bag in their McFlurry?
No, what?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Here, let me see if I can find that.
Oh Jesus! Now he's got to find the fucking story.
But that was something that I always convinced my mom. Like, if I got ready early before school, can we please? Because there's a McDonald's like quarter mile from my house. Can we please just run to McDonald's real quick and get me like, a high C and like some like a fucking breakfast burrito or whatever. Yeah.
Well, I take my daughter to Starbucks before we go. I drop her off at school.
Yeah. It's like, can we please? She's like, all right, fine, but you have to get ready in 2 minutes. Throw on whatever. I don't give a shit. Let's just go.
Nobody cares what you look like.
It's fucking high school. It's fucking high school in February. No one gives a shit.
And you're still trying to go to McDonald's to get your high C and your
When I was a sophomore, yeah, my mom took me to school. Couldn't drive yet, so.
Not yet. That's the year you start driving, though.
Well, I was a later birthday, so I had to wait till the end of the year, and then I got my.
All right, so we're gonna watch. Come on. That is a trash bag. That's the whole fucking McFlurry. That's fake. Fake news, dude.
It's not fake.
News.
Not fake.
Fake.
No.
Fake.
Nope.
Now, you'd hear about those things. You'd hear lawsuits and things like that. That's the entire fucking McFlurry. You wouldn't be able to pull your fucking spoon out that mixed it all up.
Yeah.
And how does that just randomly get in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
How does no one notice when you have to put the spoon into the machine to spin it?
That's what I'm saying.
How do you not notice that it just perfectly stayed along the edge?
Yeah. No fucking way, dude. No
Plus,
way.
then the McFlurry wouldn't be that mix.
Plus, their ice cream machine worked.
Yeah, that's true. That's how you know it's fake.
I would like to be the person with that contract.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, I heard one of those Ask Reddit things, and like, why does the McDonald's machine is always down?
Yeah.
A lot of the employees just say we just don't feel like making it.
Yeah, because then they
did you see that one guy?
clean it then too.
Well, it's like
Yeah,
no, like
that's
it's
why.
it's perfectly
Because
fine. It works fine, and it's like they close at 11, and it's like 8 o'clock, so they still have plenty of time to make it before they have to clean it. They just don't want to.
Well, did you see that
just
one
don't
guy?
wanna make it.
He got like a McFlurry, and it wasn't mixed, and the lady's like, "It's down, but here you go."
And just all the M&Ms or Oreos or whatever on top.
He walks behind the counter, puts it in the machine, turns it on, and he's like, "Yeah, fucking down, right?"
Like I said, they just don't want to go through
Yeah.
most of them just don't want to do it.
Yeah, because they have to clean it afterwards, and that's too much work. McDonald's doesn't get paid enough. Their employees don't get paid enough to clean. Yeah. They need a livable wage.
We miss you, Viking. Fuck you, Viking. We need to do that, by the way, before we leave.
I mean, there is like, I won't disagree with him to the fullest extent. That's why I said, if you're an adult and you're out on your own, maybe there should be a different tier of wage, for you at a place like that. But a high school kid,
that's 16, 17, 18.
That's living at home.
Who's gonna open it up if they're in school?
Which is kind of my point. He's not wrong when he says there are people that work there that aren't in school, that are,
full adults,
that are adults. Yeah. I mean, you have to have those
adult
people.
children.
Maybe, but you have to have those people working there if you want to be a business.
But you have to start somewhere.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe your starting wage as an adult
should be somewhat higher than the starting wage of a minor.
of a high schooler who's coming there working, 4 to 9 after school or something like that.
Yeah. They shouldn't get paid the same amount. Like, say they're getting paid $10 an hour. The adults should probably get paid $13, $14, $15 an hour.
And I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we're living worse off than the Great Depression.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and so if you do the math,
a portion of us.
So if you do the math, inflation just kept rising and pay stayed the same.
Right. Fucking Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. Fucking Reagan. But it should, or what is it? Minimum wage should be around $21 an hour.
Yeah, if it would have kept up. And, And, so there is something to say for that. And so I don't disagree with the Viking when he says, things like that. I just personally, like I said, make a different tier then for those people who are...
give them different options.
Well, yeah, healthcare for one. Your company offers healthcare. I know it does because your management staff has it. Mm-hmm. There's no reason why an employee who works the day shift or, overnight.
Give them that option.
Give them that option too and let them work. Give them 40 hours at $15 an hour.
Yeah.
With,
I think McDonald's is hiring at 15.
I think they are too. It's but my point is,
but the managers start at like 20, I think.
Yeah.
And that's great. But a high schooler doesn't need that necessarily. He doesn't need the health insurance.
No.
Or they don't need the health insurance. They don't need the benefits like that. So you can, you pay them $10, $11 an hour. That's a pretty damn good wage for someone who's in high school living at home.
$10 an hour for 20 hours a week.
Well, it's like my first job up here when I moved up here was like starting pay $8.75.
Right, minimum wage.
It was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And then I moved up to like $15, $20 an hour.
I think my first job it equated to like $12.50 an hour. I think I was a baseball umpire, so during
that's fun.
Yeah, in the summer it was like $25 a game for certain.
But that's the problem is your
20 but I was 13 years old.
Oh, so that's
12, 13. I was in 8th grade.
Yeah,
so $25 a game for 2 hours of work on a Thursday night.
Doing something that's fun.
Yeah.
Anyways,
right.
Doing something you like, but you also get paid for it.
Right. And then when I upgraded to be able to do high school kids, and I got certified to be a high school umpire. I could only do freshman at the time because I was still in high school. Right. It was weird. I was a freshman umpiring freshmen who were 5 inches taller than me.
Yeah.
But I moved up to $45 a game.
Yeah.
So for 2 hours of work, I'm getting paid $20 an hour.
Yeah.
And then there's, I think the most I got paid for one game was $50 a game. Still in high school. So
that's not bad.
Yeah.
No.
Then there was one fucking day I did a quintuple header.
Yeah.
5 games back to back in like 40-degree weather and a rain. Day before my birthday.
Yeah, but you go to the concession stand, get yourself some hot chocolate and
nachos.
It was actually at the College of Worcester's high school field, but it was
okay.
But it was like 15, 16-year-olds, and it was sucked because I was doing every other game behind the plate. Mm. But I did 3 games behind the plate. By the time that fucking 4th game came around, I was dog tired. I could barely fucking see. My head was pounding, and I had to call balls and strikes and make all the major decisions of the game.
Yeah,
it's like, just take it easy on me, guys. So
yeah, but I mean, again, that's fun though too. I loved high school.
I loved it.
Get these kids out there doing something they like,
right? And it was nice because I also did fall ball too. So I was playing football. Then on Saturdays and Sundays, I'd have like that post game practice, shakeout kind of practice, watch film, whatever. I'm like, all right, I got to leave by 12. They're like, why do you got to go? I was like, I got to drive up to fucking Cleveland to Brook Park. I got a double header where I'm getting paid $45 a game for an hour and a half of work. or hour 45 because there was time limits
time limits
on football games. Yeah, it was fucking great.
That's pretty cool though. I don't know. I kind of want to do something like that. That'd be fun. Yeah, just for the fun of it.
Yeah, there's a carrier that does it. He's at the main station. He does it.
Calls baseball.
Yeah, so I loved it.
Strike.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Plus, my dad and I still always send each other like the stuff on Instagrams. Like what would you make this call? We always send it to each other. Like it was like it's an out, or he's safe, or that should be called. Mm-hmm. It's because we still know the rules and all that. So
yeah. Have you ever thrown anybody off the field?
I've come very close. Yeah, I gave him.
Get off the field!
Get out here! I was fucking 14, 15. I'm yelling at fucking 40-year-olds because I almost had to throw parents out. I've almost had to throw coaches out. I gave them like their final warnings and all that. Yeah. They don't take me seriously.
Because you're 14.
I'm 14, 15.
And
get out of here, little punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flick you.
Well, it's funny because every now and then I do games with my dad, and we'd have like the meeting beforehand, and the coaches would come up and just do you guys look like twins. It's like, well, that's we're father son. It's like, oh, really? Yeah.
That's my papa.
Yeah. Every time we do games, we always just flip a coin on who'd be behind the plate. So
that would be fun. That'd be something interesting to do. I don't know. I don't think it's that hard. I think you got to go through some courses or whatever now.
Yeah. Actually, it was funny because we took the classes in like February down in Worcester because I got registered in Wayne County to do stuff down there. But then, I started working up in Cleveland. But it was funny because I'm still in high school, so I'm used to taking tests and studying and all that. My dad hasn't taken a class 30 years at that point. 30, 35 years. Yeah. So he's struggling on the test. He knows this stuff, but he just has to make his brain work that way. I finished the test in like an hour. It's like all multiple choice and all that. What would you do in these situations? Finishing like an hour. It took him like 3 hours. I just brought my homework and started doing homework. Yeah. So.
You haven't done anything like
Who
that.
do you think's going to win the Super Bowl?
Fucking help the 49ers.
The Chiefs?
According to my dad.
Yeah. All the money.
The conspiracy is that it's going to be the Chiefs that are going to win. And then in March, Travis Kelce's going to propose to Taylor.
And Tay-Tay is going to endorse Biden.
And then Tay-Tay is going to be pregnant. So by the time the November election comes around, she's going to use that as a way to support Biden.
She can't keep a guy. She ain't going to get pregnant.
She literally has albums based on that. But every one of her albums is based on.
Yeah, her music career is done. If that.
Yeah. But that's what he told me once. I'm like, I didn't even bother trying to ask what the explanation was.
It's going to be a rigged game.
I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for it. You going to watch the Pro Bowl today?
Oh, the Pro Bowl's today?
The Puppy Bowl's today, too.
No, the Puppy Bowl's during halftime.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So he's right. It is today.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl's today.
Yeah. He was also right. The Puppy Bowl's today.
Yeah.
No, I thought the Puppy Bowl was during halftime.
Yeah, today.
No, during the Super Bowl.
Is it? I don't know.
It's
so
either halftime or like the day before, or like before
the Pro Bowl. Which I don't know. I stopped watching the Pro Bowl years ago, but they don't even wear pads now. It's all flag.
It's flag football, and the skills competitions are fucking ass.
Are they? I fucking missed them. They were on Thursday this week. I wanted to watch them because that's actually fun.
The one last year, there was one last year. It was kind of cool. They had to take like 400 pounds worth of weights off and throw them into a thing, and then like pull something. Mm-hmm. So I mean, kind of
I did see that.
Yeah. And then this year they did like a long snap, for accuracy kind of a thing. But back in the day, it was linemen throw 225 on the bar and see how much he could fucking do.
Yeah.
And, the quarterbacks would do the accuracy competition and the long ball throw.
Throwing through the
and then receivers had to do the catch up. Yeah. So that was fun to watch and all that stuff. But now
receivers had their dunk competitions in the NBA, like the one-handed catches and what can they do and like cool stuff like that.
So that was fun to watch. Now it's
not like that.
No.
Nobody wants to get hurt.
Yeah, that's a big ever since
Pussies.
fucking Sean Taylor.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Sean Taylor.
Nobody wants to get hurt, which that's fine. I honestly, though,
Did you see the hit he laid down? I think it was now like 18 years ago. It's in the Pro Bowl, and obviously everyone takes it like 50%, 75% to put on a good show.
dong.
Domine Patres Pejusante. So it was like a fake punt, and everyone's going through the motions, putting some effort in, but just not
But
really
not
trying.
really.
Yeah. Sean Taylor comes fucking full speed, 20 yards, and fucking decks the fucking punter. The fucking helmet pops off and everything. It was fucking beautiful.
Well, and that's why nobody watched the Pro Bowl because,
Right.
and not because of his hit, but because everybody's like,
They're
going through the
A lot of their
motions.
season's been done for 3 weeks at this point, 3-4 weeks, and they're just like they got selected, which was great, good for them.
Yeah.
It gets it puts towards their accolades, but it's like no one really tries.
but
No one really cares.
it's always such a bogus game. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fucking stupid.
And now I think they kind of adopted the NBA style, where they like make teams. They don't do like AFC and NFC teams. They like pick teams for each.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then like a coach, like it was Deion Sanders and like Shannon Sharp or like the Manning brothers.
This year's the Manning brothers.
Yeah, they would just pick teams and then they just play flag football based on that.
Oh,
So
okay.
it didn't mean anything.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And it's like baseball. Baseball's All-Star game
Right.
was always great because that's who gets to house the World Series. Or not the World Series, what is it?
Home run derby?
No, they get something for it, or it's like whoever's the home team maybe for the World Series or something like that. There is a reason for that game to win that game.
Whoever starts at home, like the first two games.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember what it is,
Whichever side wins.
but there is a point to
Right.
their All-Star game,
Right.
Because I mean, when you're in a tournament, you're in a big fucking tournament. Baseball's
Right.
a big tournament,
Right.
So I think it's whatever, National League, American League, whichever side actually wins that game.
Gets the first two games at home.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Maybe it's not now.
I don't like
It used to be.
I don't like how they changed the home run derby rules.
I haven't.
It used to be you get 10 outs. So either I think it's 10 swings and misses or 10 just didn't get out of the park. Now it's a time limit.
Yeah, like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes. And then if you hit a ball over like 400, like 450, you get an extra 15 seconds for every one you hit over, something like that. So like last year, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ended up hitting 91 total home runs.
Just because of all the time.
In 15 minutes worth of yeah, fucking swinging for 15 minutes. And I watched a YouTube video where they try to recreate that, and they have like the hit tracks and all that. They're like, God, why is it taking so long? Well, because the guy's feeding the ball into the machine, and compared to a pitcher who's literally just floom, floom, because they're not hitting and waiting to see where it goes. It's swing, back, swing, back.
They're rocking.
Yeah, they don't care where it lands. They'll adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
But I think last year was cool because Adley Rutschman, he's a catcher for the Orioles. He had like 2.5 minutes. The first 2 minutes he did all righty because he's righty. And the last 30 seconds he did lefty and hit like 4 home runs lefty. He's not I don't think he's a switch hitter either.
That's pretty cool.
And he still hit fucking 4 home runs in 30 seconds on his offhand.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was thinking about, I don't know that I could afford even like for a game, like, when your dad and you or whatever are going up, getting like club seats, like just for wherever, who fucking cares at that point, just to go up and have club seats with you guys. Like, I don't know.
I think my brother wanted to buy his own set of club seats, but for like the full season, all the home games. He said it was $275 a ticket a game. So $275 a ticket. So it was $275 for 2 tickets for every game.
Oh, for 2?
Yeah, across 81 games.
Yeah, that's a lot.
$22,000.
Yeah. No.
Fuck that.
But it's not that I wouldn't enjoy that, but like literally you couldn't go to all of them.
No. Especially on our schedule.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, on our schedule, you know, you have a afternoon game.
Right. A 4 o'clock game. You got to head up to.
You're not even gonna make it.
You'd have to leave. You have to leave work early on.
Yeah, it's not worth your money. Now maybe for your brother who doesn't really
Doesn't really work that much.
doesn't really show up to work on time or anything anyways.
Apparently he's gotten better.
I hope so.
Yeah, for his fucking sake. I know you should wake up at 8:30 by that time. His dog's already fucking, is already upstairs in my parents' bedroom, just fucking
sleeping.
The one day that dog didn't come down until fucking 3:30.
What the fuck?
He just stayed up in my parents' room till 3:30.
It's a lazy dog.
He's a lazy dog.
Yeah, that's all right. Whatever.
Well, then my mom yells at me. He's like, "You need to take him outside." I'm like, "I fucking try."
Yeah.
But he doesn't like the cold.
He doesn't want to come downstairs. He wants to lay in bed.
Exactly. And if he does come downstairs,
like a teenage kid.
He goes right on the couch and lays there, and he doesn't want to fucking move. Yeah. They have to force him outside just to piss. He'll hold it. He'll hold it all day.
I mean, at least he holds it.
Yeah.
My dog does that.
Yeah.
My dog loves the cold, though.
Oh, and my dog used to be just fucking, he's a fucking stocky motherfucker. So he's a bulldog, so he fucking loved the cold. He hated the heat, but he loved the fucking cold.
Yeah, no, my dog fucking loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog, when it was super cold, whenever that was, she wanted to go out really bad, was throwing a fit. I leashed her up, opened the door. Nope. She stepped out. She was like, nope.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you want it out. Go.
I remember there was one day when I was living in the apartment we had at college, off campus, and it was one of those where it was like -1 kind of days, 0 kind of days, and there was already like 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground. We took my dog out because he had to go to the bathroom. He made it. We had like detached kind of like parking structure, so he went up and went around and went up and all that. He probably made it halfway back before his paw started to get frozen. Yeah, so I had to pick him up.
That part sucks.
I had to pick him up and carry him all the way. And my ex was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "His paw started to stick to the fucking cement. It was so cold."
Right. Yeah, that you do have to watch out for that, but whatever. Well, you got anything else there, Florida man?
No. What?
You sure?
No. Not really.
All right. Well, I suppose hour and a half.
Well, that's a nice one.
Yeah. Still not bad.
Yeah, you guys talking that nerd talk over there.
That's not nerd talk. That was sports talk.
Yeah, nerd talk. Just waste of time.
No, I've never heard sports be considered nerd.
I can, if you look at the analytics of it, then it's considered nerd talk.
Yeah.
I guess
like how the performances are and all that. And then I can see it being nerd talk. But it's like a general conversation about sports. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. It could have been Star Wars.
No,
that's nerd talk.
Yeah.
No. Maybe.
I think it all depends on how deep into the conversation you go. Like if you're just talking like surface level, like we enjoy this, we wish it wasn't that, then that's fine.
Taxes is nerd talk.
Yeah. Especially for an accountant.
Yeah. What do you think about us bombing in Iran?
Now you get to this fucking
Syria.
Hour and a half in.
Yeah.
I think we already we talked about this in the past.
The
this
recent
just
one.
No, I know, but it all kind of is the same.
You fucking kill us, we kill you.
And I don't disagree with that, but the problem stems from the fact that we are trying to be the world's fucking police.
Yeah.
And if we weren't that, if we didn't do that in the first place, then we wouldn't have these issues.
Yeah.
Anyways, we wouldn't have most of the issues that we have.
No, I agree.
And just mind your fucking business. Now you're left without a choice.
Yeah.
Right?
If
they keep doing it, which they keep doing, what?
That's what I'm saying. It's just like Japan in World War II. We were minding our own fucking business. Now, in this case, we weren't necessarily minding our own business.
No.
But the thing is they are dragging us into the situation that we're in.
We used to stay out of wars until
Vietnam,
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
But,
much.
Well, Korea was more of a UN thing. We were the majority. We put in the majority of the forces and all that, but it was meant to be a UN base. Yeah,
Sure.
unlike Vietnam, where we just overreached our grounds.
Right, but that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it started in Korea,
Yeah,
and then you had your Vietnam, and then Gulf War, and
We used to keep our nose out of shit
right.
until somebody did something to us.
And
But
then-
now we have, people overseas and
Well,
sticking our nose into shit.
Well, and that's the thing. So now
should.
you say, well, okay, well, they're bombing us and, killing American soldiers. That's not cool. Don't get me wrong when I'm saying
Right.
this. But had the government not put those soldiers in that position, would it even be a thing?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think it'd even be a thing. I don't think there'd be an issue. So that's kind of my take on it. But now, like you said, you kill us, fuck you, we'll kill you.
Yeah.
which is the way it was before. You attack us, we'll attack you.
Yeah, but now it's...
But the point is they attacked us
Because
but in their minds, it's we did it first.
right.
Yeah, we're over there fucking with them.
Yeah.
So they are, in essence, defending, in quotations, their own right.
Well, they just don't like us.
The whole section of the world doesn't like us.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if we would have minded our own business, we wouldn't have this issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty simple. So I don't know what to think about it.
See, Donald Trump is being nominated for Nobel
Peace Prize.
Yeah,
for what this.
the peace in the Middle East.
Yeah, this isn't the first time.
No, I think he got some before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think every U.S. president since like Roosevelt has accepted a Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Except Biden.
Maybe he'll get one for immigration.
Yeah.
For his great stance on COVID. Because he brought the vaccine.
No,
They weren't for it when Trump was saying it.
no.
Even Dr. Fauci was like, no, it's experimental.
Too early.
Too early. As soon as Biden gets in office.
Oh, wow. It's weird how you go from too early to 2 months later. Oh, yeah, it's already ready to roll.
Yeah. They flip-flop.
I do think Trump had a little bit to do with that, though, too, because he was a naysayer on it.
Yeah. But nobody liked him when he said, hey, we have a vaccine.
Well, that's true.
But somebody else says it, and they're like, yeah, by the way, you have to do this or you lose your job.
Yeah, that didn't go over too well.
Which the job I was working at the time, if they said, hey, you need to get vaccinated, I'd be like, fuck it. That's not. I'm working fucking minutes at a gas station. That's not worth it.
Isn't the military, don't they have to back pay all those people they let go?
I don't know.
I heard something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're allowed to come back in if they want to.
But they also have to back pay them.
Yeah.
That's what I was reading.
Well, I mean, recruitment numbers and shit like that for the military are
that's because they went so woke.
Mm-hmm. It's abysmal. Like,
I mean, they're hiring people just because they're a certain, like a queer person, but also
Affirmative action.
Yeah, something like that.
equal opportunity.
Not because of their skill sets, but
You don't need no fucking skill
It's
sets
a
to join
fucking
the
military. You learn your skill set.
Yeah.
well, like for certain positions, like say you have the skill sets, but you have this person who's something else, and they're like, yeah, I don't know how to word it properly. Okay, I don't keep up with that.
When
shit.
have we ever worried about wording it properly?
This is why we keep you
They
around.
choose the person. They choose the person that is something else over the person who is qualified for the position.
Well, it's the military. You learn your qualifications.
Yeah.
Did you know how to
Definitely the Space Force
shoot
does
and
that.
aim artillery before you went in.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no. And what position?
My brother didn't learn how to jump out of planes
That's what I'm... Yeah.
until he was in the military. Until he did it wrong one
That's
time.
when you
Yeah,
learn it,
he did it wrong.
Did it wrong one time.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. Take one accident into a rock.
But no, the thing is, they choose those over somebody who's qualified.
You're saying they're
I think-
implementing affirmative action to hit quotas.
Yeah.
Y-
And
that-
California is
they're doing that
hiring
all over.
illegal immigrants to be cops,
Yeah.
which is
They're not
insane.
illegal. They're,
Migrants.
yeah, undocumented.
Is that the new say?
Undocumented.
Illegal
migrants.
alien?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't.
They're people.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Okay, they may be people. They're still doing something wrong.
So they're, one, not lawfully allowed to own a firearm, but they can carry them around and tell us how our laws are supposed to work. Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
They're not allowed to get driver's license, but they can drive a cruiser.
They can get driver's
Yeah.
license.
But they-
So
No,
I
there's lots
guess
of states that will give them driver's licenses
Yeah.
now.
Well, I guess their duty weapon has to stay at the police station.
It doesn't matter. You're
Yeah.
still giving it to them
Yeah.
So you're saying
go out and enforce laws that you
they're off
don't
duty.
enforce, that you didn't abide by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like it.
No, I do have a little bit of an issue with that. I'm all for immigration done the right way.
Yeah. And we do have programs.
I mean, look
for
at the
it.
diplomat. That's how we got our
Right.
tall friend.
Who left?
Who left us?
Acquaintance.
Yeah, now he's an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You diplomat!
Yeah. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I haven't even heard from him really.
No, the last thing he said was the thumbs up on my
Yeah.
video that I sent.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. That's a dick move. I know you don't listen to our podcast.
No, he didn't
but-
listen to his own fucking podcast. He's definitely not listening to us now.
Yeah.
The podcast that was about him.
Yeah.
And had him in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I listened to it
No, you don't.
when we recorded it.
Yeah.
What'd we say then? I don't know.
I don't know. So the
be-
paper towels are worth for him.
To be honest, I forget half the shit we say. And then, and then as I go to
You
listen
go
to
back
it,
and listen,
I'm
you're like, what the fuck?
when the fuck did I say that?
What was it? Was it last podcast? Two ago? Where we spent like 40 minutes talking about Epstein and pedophilia and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was like back to back for 40 minutes.
Well, there was the Fuck You Florida Man episode where we just spent the first fucking 20 minutes talking about chopping wood in the backyard. And that led to the best laugh scene.
That's true. That is true.
That's probably one of the ones I go back and I listen to just for that moment.
Yeah, they're fun. I don't know. I have a super fun time. I don't care if anybody else listens.
Do you guys have any exciting stories being home and stuff?
No. I told you my exciting story. I have a doctor's visit.
Yeah, I told you my exciting story. I have to get surgery again.
Well, I don't know if like a meteor came through the roof or somebody did a shootout in your neighborhood or what. I don't know.
You've been to my house. You've been to my parents' house.
Yeah, that's true. That's a pretty white neighborhood.
Yeah.
Whoa!
No. It was a big deal when we had an African family move in 2 houses down.
Oh shit! There goes the neighborhood.
I get that.
and not African American. African.
Yeah.
Purebloods.
No, they're true African Americans then.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Just like the diplomat.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. He's European.
Well,
Well, it depends what stage of life he claims. Because it's like I was born up here, but I was raised in Florida, so Florida. Floridian.
yeah, that's true. No, you're a Floridian. You can be born up here, but you weren't.
Yeah. I don't say I'm from Ohio.
You weren't part of it. I don't say I'm from Ohio.
No.
Not when.
Florida. It's in my blood.
Not when. It depends on the context. Like, if I'm go on vacation, they're like, "Oh, where are you from?"
I'm from Ohio. Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah, in that case.
But if someone up here is asking me where I'm from, oh, I'm from Georgia.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, I don't.
I get that all the time.
I fucking hate Ohio.
Yeah. Fucking miserable. What's there to do in Ohio?
There's nothing.
This is... We come here just to die.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Cost of living's low, so that's why people move here.
It is.
And then...
Relatively low.
Until Toledo. And then,
Yeah.
You got to pay $50 a student.
You guys never did say what you think about that.
Oh.
Good thing, bad thing?
Yeah.
I'm indifferent towards it.
I don't think you should have to pay kids to go to school. Like, they should do it because...
They should do it because they want to. I don't know.
But obviously they don't want to.
Yeah. Well, that's on them then, because...
That's on their parents.
Because even...
That's how you get a work ethic. Or get a schedule.
Yes, that's how...
I would agree.
The environment you're in builds the lifestyle that you live.
Yeah.
Builds the lifestyle that you will eventually live. And instilling the idea of going to school, even if you don't want to, is the same as going to a job you don't want to and all that.
Yeah.
Plus, all you really need for a lot of jobs is just a high school diploma or a GED, but it still requires going to school, though.
Does that make the feeling of kids, does that make them more entitled?
I think it would. Because then I
can see the argument. Yeah. Because they feel like they should be paid for their time.
Yeah.
Instead of just expected to.
Bro, okay. So here's the flip side of that. Don't you expect to be paid for your time?
It's slightly different because our time is working.
Yeah.
We're going to a job where we expect to get paid. You're going to a school to learn and to learn habits.
What if that engraves into them for like helping family members and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Then they want paid for it.
Yeah. Or, it's like if I go to my brother's house and help around the house, it's like, well, when I went to school, I was getting paid, what the fuck is that number? Like, $2 a day.
Yeah.
$1.50 a day. So like, okay, I should be paid for my time.
Yeah.
And if someone's saying, well, I'm not fucking paying you, this is supposed to be helping. Mm-hmm. Well, fuck, I'm not even going to do it. And that creates like a selfish mentality where if my time is worth X amount, even if it's just helping out a friend, like if you were to move or either one of you to move, like I'd do what I can to help you, just out of kindliness. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't think that far into it like that.
Well, that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
I don't know. I don't know if it would do that necessarily.
I think it would create a sense of...
knowing the generation that's coming up.
Yeah. Well, they're
already entitled.
A generation I've learned that they're not willing to go to any form of higher education because they don't see the value in it. And I'm not saying people have to go to college. I have a college degree. I'm about to get my second one. And I don't see the point of it because what I'm doing does not require one. Well,
when you say like, they don't see the value in it. Honestly, the cost of, going to college, I don't see the value in that either.
Right. And that's the argument that a lot of Gen Z are making that are graduating high school. Like, I'm putting in, $20,000, $40,000 a year for 4 years for a degree that might get me a job.
Might get you an entry-level job.
Might get me an entry-level job into a field that will barely cover expenses.
Yeah.
Even if you're living well within your means, it's still, you're not saving up a lot and the benefits aren't good enough. So it kind of forces you to go back into school to get a second degree, whether master's or something else, to where you can get a higher paying job. Well, and still you're not getting that much out of it for the return on your investment.
See, I think, and in this case, I think companies do it all wrong. Like when you ask for, someone who has a bachelor's degree, they usually don't give a shit what it's in. They just want a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
Well, generally, yeah. Unless you're doing something specific.
Okay, very specific. But but the thing is, let's just take IT for example, right? I have to go to school for, IT or at least get certificates. But even then, most of them want an actual degree, in that. And then on top of that, they're going to then train you on what to do,
right?
On how they want it done. So why don't they just skip all that and train people
like an associate or like
almost like an apprentice?
Yeah, that's what I meant, an apprentice.
So why don't you just take someone, you hire someone, you train them,
I think,
and then they know what they know because you've trained them.
Right. I think, at least in terms of accounting, because I went through this, they want you to have the general knowledge of how accounting works. And then once you get a job, then you can go in learning the specifics for, that's the thing, it's the specifics for that company.
Right.
And how the company operates. But if you're
like, and that's also how you create loyalty.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so a lot of people I graduated with, a lot of them chose to go Big Four accounting firms, the ones that do, the yearly tax audits it's a big thing. A lot of them will do, and the stigma is that they'll do the Big Four accounting for 3 years, 5 years, and then they'll get out and they'll work for a company where they put in, and it's great on their resume because they worked 3 years, 3 years at Ernst & Young or whatever all these other companies are, and then they'll go from like 45,000 a year all the way to like 70 or 80 just in that 3 year span from that jump up. Because the pedigree that comes with working for a Big Four accounting firm holds such high regard. But the thing is, a lot of that, you need experience to work there, and it's hard to get experience without getting a job. But then that's just a vicious cycle. And that's a cycle I found myself in. I tried to get a job, I tried to get an internship, but it's like, well, we kind of need some experience. Or it's like, you don't think I was trying? How do I get it? How do I get experience? We need like 2 years of experience. I'm a sophomore in college looking for an internship. Yeah. We need 2 years. How the fuck am I supposed to get 2 years of experience? I'm a sophomore just now learning the accounting trade.
Well, even that way, like entry level fucking jobs are like, 2 years experience.
Yeah.
A lot of those entry level jobs are just inputting data into files, into Excel files and spreadsheets.
And that's fine.
And creating the spreadsheets. But
they want experience already. Yeah. And it's like, this is an entry level job. The whole point of this entry level job is that I can enter this and then gain the experience.
Right. And then use my experience to move up in the company or move laterally.
Right.
Rarely you move diagonally, you either move vertically or laterally.
Right.
So,
well, aren't high schools now requiring like coding classes?
No.
Or is that
that's an option you can take?
Yeah,
that's probably an elective. Yeah.
But even then, you can take those classes and everything like that, but companies don't accept that.
No, it's because it's just part of high school.
Yeah, it's high school.
You can say in your resume you had training in coding, training in Python or whatever the other software is. Yeah. But
the fact of the matter is, as far as they're concerned, that was high school.
It's like I took an accounting class in high school. Well, I have an accounting experience. I learned the basics, debits and credits, inventory.
Right.
Yeah. So that was it. And that was only a semester worth. That isn't enough to teleport me into working for a Big Four or working for a company.
No, but I mean, it should count for something. And it doesn't.
That's what I'm talking about. It should, but
it should.
Because I think there was like courses where you do like mechanic work or
career centers.
Yeah.
I just think
because I know career centers up in Medina County one, they have an auto path, and they have like a nursing path, and all these
like a trade school.
Trade school, but you're also, it's not just
school.
It's not just a trade school. It's trade school, and then you go there for 3 hours, then you go do your biology and your English and your math for another 3 hours.
Right. I always love, like, you start a new job or go to a different company or whatever, and they're like, the first thing they always say is, all right, forget everything you've
forget everything you ever learned.
Why did I fucking have to go learn it?
Yeah. Why did I spend 4 years in college just to learn how to be an accountant?
It's even internal too. Let's take the post office, for example. The first thing you got told when you got out of the CCA Academy and got to your on-the-job trainer, the first thing they said was, forget everything you learned.
Yeah, that won't help.
Yeah.
Well, then why did I have to go fucking through it?
Yeah. It looks good on paper.
Yeah.
But that's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
If you want to train me, then train me. But don't train me. Don't make me go and sit through this this course.
That's 5 days long.
5 days
Whatever,
long.
but
just to learn the basics of how to case and how to carry, just to be
but
like,
then get told and think about it, when you come in as a CCA, you do your OJT. Forget everything you learned.
yeah.
Now you're learning how to do the job from an on-the-job trainer, which I would say that's probably the most proper way to learn.
I mean, I'm more hands-on.
Right.
It's like sitting in a classroom. I forget half of the shit.
Right, but then you do all this stuff, right? And then then you're just a CCA. You're not on the job training or anything like that. You learn how to case and everything and do all this shit. And then when you're a CCA, you don't case. I did, but
I did.
In most
my
cases,
first week.
But in most cases, you don't.
I didn't. So I didn't case for like 3-4 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's even sometimes they have CCAs that just don't case, and
They
they
just
come in,
show up and
they show
carry.
up, they pick up the mail, they show up at 9:30 or whatever. They pick up
And then
their route and they go.
By the time they get a hold down, and then they're spending an hour and a half, which should only take them 45 minutes to an hour casing.
Trying to case a route.
You're like, why are you taking so long? I haven't cased since I was in OJT
Right.
6 months ago.
Right.
So
Well, that was like
and even
that,
then, you don't do it all by yourself.
no,
Yeah.
it's someone standing behind you. You're like, oh, where am I going? Where am I going?
Yeah.
It's right here.
And then they're like, yeah, it's over here.
Yeah. Which that was always fun because like, oh my God, how do you know this? I'm like, dude, this is my case. This is October. I've been on this case for 6 months.
Yeah.
So
that's like- Now it's like,
I can still see my case in my head. I haven't been there since September. I still see
and
it.
the way I learned it,
they changed the colors on. We just got all new stickers, and they changed the colors.
I don't
What do you
care.
mean?
Well,
You changed the colors.
the colors. Well, you guys.
Did you actually look at the designs above the thing on the street?
I don't.
Then what are you talking about colors?
Yeah, they're color.
So those designs and stuff that show you like the different street names or different like symbols,
Yeah.
they are colored also.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. They changed the colors.
Yeah.
Who the fuck actually looks at those?
Not me. Well, it's like I know my case, but if
But
they
like, you
have
can look-
those on
but
there,
you can look like, oh, this street is red.
Yeah.
and it's this
I don't
symbol.
see red, but
But you can so you can so this designs in this section, 1A, 3B, 5A or something
because
like that.
it's specific to that street.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's
you
supposed
go-
to help you when you're like learning a case.
Yeah. I've always learned it based on generalities.
Yeah.
I know I'm in this section. For the first street swings, I know that's in this part.
Right.
I know the main road I'm on for 5 swings next is in this section. So that's how I've always learned it.
Well, it's
So,
like
so on
when
every
I was
case.
hopping around from.
Know it. I don't know.
Well, that's that. Well, now I know it, but that's how I learn. That's how I learn a case. Is like, okay, this set of numbers is here. This set of numbers is here. So
Yeah.
Well, it's like you have some cases where, they're just broken up into like little bits and pieces.
yeah,
And so
especially those mounted routes where you're on
Yeah.
you're on the same
And the
street like
mailbox.
5 different times.
Yeah.
mailbox for one house is on a different street,
Yep.
but it's addressed for there. So you, like looking for it,
You're on that street and you can see all the numbers. Like we're like it literally skips. Where the hell
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Then oh yeah, by the way, you're looking 4A. It's actually in 2B because you drive past that house and you hit
Yeah.
it there. Then you keep going.
Yeah.
and you make your
that
way
circle.
back. Yeah, then you come back. And
I
look for
remember
it.
the
Which the route
they dug
I've
us-
been
or-
is like that.
they
Yeah.
put it in our head to go off that as CCAs.
Those symbols.
Yeah.
I remember when I was still at the main office, I was worried because I was going to be assigned to a mounted route, like a whole mounted route up in like the big zone, where it's all the mounted routes, where the whole thing is just mounted
remember.
routes. And I remember talking to the closer. I'm like, I'm fucking nervous. She's like, why? It's like, because I've never fucking done a full mounted route and
Yeah.
done a mounted route like this and this much mail. It's like, well, just look at the symbols. I'm like, that doesn't fucking help.
Doesn't help me either.
No.
But we all learn different ways. Some people, maybe the symbols work for them. They don't work for me.
I know on the big mounted routes, it kind of helps.
I never looked at them.
I never did either. I just have to remember where the numbers are.
Remember
I got
general
lucky.
route. And
I got
generally
lucky.
where this is on the case.
Well, it's like I got lucky because that's all I did at your guys' office was mounted.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what I did when I was at the retirement office.
Yeah.
It was all mounted or dismounted.
Yeah,
I was-
whereas I had very little experience. I've done some mounted, but I have very
mounted
little
is
experience.
scary the first time you do it.
I've
It's
done
intimidating.
I've had a hold down on some mounted routes, and it's a totally different ballgame.
Because you get a lot more packages, a lot more mail.
especially at the retirement office.
Yeah.
Like an average day is fucking 80 to 100 packages.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd always just throw, as soon as I got to Spurs, I'd just throw 5 bins on the ground.
Yeah.
Five coolers and just scan it, number there. Then I got to the point where if the number didn't pop up, like, oh, I know that it's in this section, so I'll just throw it there. So,
Yeah.
Pretty scary. Getting it all in order.
and then getting all in order in an LV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was always the worst part.
You have coolers, trays of packages,
Mm-hmm.
and then you actually have the packages.
Yeah, I always did flats or DPS flats packages up front on the tray that moved in, and then along the side for like sets of 100. I always just moved them along, and then I always had Spurs up in the front. Then if I had ads, I put the ads in a half tray up front or full tray up front, so I can just grab it from down here, and then the cooler of Spurs, and then packages on top.
How'd you do? Like me, I did Spurs in a tray, and then
Oh, I didn't do them in a tray. I did them in a cooler.
Yeah.
Because
And
it
then
was
my
easier.
cooler
It was
would
easier
be-
just to grab down because I'm used to walking where I just went and grabbed from top to bottom.
Oh.
See,
So the first house
I do Spurs in a tray.
yeah, and then like
I'll do
small
it if it's like
packages in a
overtime.
cooler.
I would
Yeah.
do Spurs in a tray with the small packages.
Oh yeah, I mean
But
if
I
they
would start
fit.
in a cooler. I would keep the same tray, and then I would just
Yeah.
move things up.
I had a cooler like 1A, 1B,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
then I would put the packages in order and then move them as needed.
Of course.
I always numbered them 100, 200, or 0 to 100,
Yeah,
100, 200.
I didn't know that those. Like, I didn't know they had sequence numbers on them. For a long time.
I found out like the second day after I fell through the porch, and I had a case route, and they were all labeled 1A, 1B. I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
So I did a full route, and I had to go back like at least a dozen times because I missed packages.
Now
See,
that I
this-
know that there's sequence numbers, that will be much easier.
See,
Plus,
this-
our office now does case markers,
yeah,
so that's pretty simple. I was like, okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
For large packages that you can't.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd
Can't
always
fit.
do that.
And then the Spurs are rarely, I think the one carrier that does some for Spurs too, but they're usually in a tray.
Yeah.
Like if they're in a tray for something,
Or in
for,
your flats.
See, I
yeah,
would
for overtime, I don't mind because that's just how that's set up. I can follow that, but for how I do it, I prefer in coolers.
Yeah.
Especially if I have an LOV.
Yeah. No, FFEs are trash.
Oh yeah, not fun.
Ain't no fucking room in there, but. Okay, we went way past that hour and a half now, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And that was
And with the fuck you Viking.
that was another episode of the Grossly Off Topic podcast. Whatever. I was your host, Papa Smurf, and
Fuck you, Viking.
That was smooth.
Florida man.
And I'm 30 and 5'6".
5'6".
5'6", that's what we're
5'6",
going with.
yeah.
All right, well, we'll talk to you next time. Hope you enjoyed, and if you didn't, well, fuck off.
Yep. Suck a dick.
Bye.
Bye.